your Facebook wall like I
Yeah,
did?
only like 100 million times.
So it's a little embarrassing that muggles, as you like to call them, but that the general public loves to poke fun at how bad real estate pictures are.
So I'm sure that you guys have seen it. Maybe we can link to it in the post or in the video here. The bad real estate photos or bad MLS photos. Somebody did like a Tumblr with all these horrible pictures of listings.
It would be nice if we didn't provide them with so much fodder for the site.
Deserve it
But
so much.
It made me realize that people may honestly not know what makes a quality listing photo. So when you're looking at your own home, hopefully, if it's on the market, it's going to meet the minimum criteria. But when you're evaluating it, how do you evaluate what a good listing picture is so that you know what to look for?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a marriage. It's there's a formula, and it needs two willing participants. You need a seller who is willing to go in there, clean the house, remove the clutter, look at your, like you said before in one of our other videos, like look at your room through the eyes of a lens and not the way that you live in the house, to get your house ready to be photographed and packaged for sale as an item.
And no expectation that necessarily you as a seller, or even in some cases that your realtor has the talent to provide all the recommendations on staging. You may need to bring in a third party, and that's a great option to help you get it ready.
It really does make a difference in what you get. I mean, it used to be that buyers would go through dozens of houses that their realtor would provide them. We would have the list of houses and we would let you in. Buyers, half the time, they've looked at hundreds of houses before they even call their realtor, and they are judging these houses by the way they look online while they're at work, in the middle of the night on their iPads in bed.
Well, and I think as sellers, you know this because you're looking at other homes online, but maybe you're not realizing like what makes a photo good or not good. Sometimes it's obvious things. So these bad MLS photos that are being posted on the sites, there's dogs standing on top of kitchen counters or snarling over the back fences. I mean, really bad things like that, but some of it's much more subtle. So it might be dark photos that don't show off a room.
Well, and rooms can be difficult to photograph. Small rooms, I mean, they should be photographed with the right equipment. And this kind of comes to the other part of it, which is you need a realtor that understands how to photograph a property. And we've been a little bit hesitant to tackle this topic because we don't want to be critical of people. People have different talents in this business, and I know, Anne, that you have great aesthetic taste. You know how to package things for sale. It's not a gift I have. I'm sincere. I don't have that gift. I am not a photographer, and quite frankly, if you hire me to list your $700,000 house and I show up with my iPhone, you should throw me out.
And this is all we're hoping to do. This is not.
Sorry if that was too harsh.
This is not about bashing anyone.
It's not.
This is about empowering sellers to be more demanding about what your home deserves. And I honestly don't care if it's a $200,000 house or it's a $700,000 house.
It's true.
The $200,000 house should have clear photos. They should be in focus. You should be using as many as possible. We can put up to 25 in our MLS now. You may not have that many for a 2-bedroom house, but use as many as you can.
And all 25 should be live the day the listing goes live.
Yes.
This is another thing that's a little bit controversial, and a seller might not know to look for it, but all of the attention on your house, all of that, the red fin alert that I get on my iPhone that says a house just came on the market. This is what buyers are looking for, right? I'm out with my friends and a house just came on the market. If there is no photo or one photo, that might be your one shot to have their full attention and excitement on your house.
And they will go right by your house. Same thing, and that's why I'm saying blurry pictures, really poor photos that have the date superimposed in the corner.
No dates.
Buyers associate all of that with foreclosures and short sales.
And low quality.
Right.
And the thing is you're right, whatever the price point of your house, you want to package it as a beautiful, nice, expensive thing.
There are affordable options for professional photos.
Absolutely.
For a $200,000 house.
Absolutely.
And if your agent doesn't want to pay for it, you know what? Offer to pay for it yourself. But you have got to make sure the presentation is good online. It is that important.
It's everything, because you need to think of it as before someone comes into your house, they've already had multiple showings.
Yeah.
And those showings have happened on devices.
So a couple other tips. Marguerite talked about having your house clean, having it staged. Cannot overemphasize the importance of preparation within the room, decluttering, really being able to see the features of your house. A well-lit home for a photographer, even a professional photographer, really needs to be able to light up dark rooms this time of year in particular.
Yeah.
So winter months, frankly, it's the Northwest. It's going to be a little overcast all the time.
Yeah.
But a lot of our older homes don't have a ton of windows or a lot of light in the rooms, and that's a shame because you're not going to see all of the great details in the woodwork. So be really, really mindful of that aspect. Take the time to review your photos. When your listing goes live, take a look at them. If you are unhappy, you must insist that they get improved. And I'm not talking about being a difficult pain in the neck customer. I'm talking about a minimum standard that's required for professional presentation of your house.
And it's something to talk about when you're hiring the agent. You know,
Absolutely.
It's just something to talk about because, okay, you know what? We've had real talk about what the agents need to do. I mean, people negotiate their agent's fee.
You know what?
People negotiate their agent's fee. If you negotiate a very small fee, there's no budget for videos. There's no budget for pictures.
Yep.
So it's just something to discuss. If you want to get the most for your house, you need to have it well presented, and your agent's going to need a marketing budget for that. Okay,
Yeah.
Enough said. We're not talking about money anymore.
Yeah.
Just pretty pictures.
But your point that you make that's essential is you've got to talk about that up front.
Up front.
So when you're hiring them, ask to see samples of work. Talk about a game plan for how the rooms are going to be photographed.
Say, show me one of your listings.
And then spend the time, be a good partner in this process and spend the time getting the house clean, getting it prepared, doing the suggestions that they've given you, because that, no matter how good the lighting and the camera and the photographer, you can't overcome some of those things that are in the room.
Help us help you.